Hey y'all, it's Katie Pine. I was not planning on recording this, and this is my second time trying to record this, so maybe somebody don't want this message to get out. But I was fiddling around with my what's the T deck, because I was over here thinking about some of the just some of the things that have been going on lately, where like I've been telling y'all like y'all got people lurking on y'all page, people messing up and exposing themselves. Cause I mean I don't know about y'all, but I know that like for me, like I got a lot of fake pages that are popping up out of nowhere, looking at my social media and things of that nature. I'm like, who the hell are these people? And that's why I said somebody done messed up and they was cyber stalking you on they real page, and they just exposed themselves to you, and that wasn't their plan, and now they know that you know that they're watching you. And I was like I said, I was fiddling around with the deck, and this is literally what came out for me. It says looking you up, cyber stalking, studying you, getting info. And then it says clout hungry, and then dust it off, and then boss daddy. Right down here it says big dick energy. And I was like, what's this clout hungry shit that this I was like, well, who's clout hungry? But I was like, what is this? Spirit was like, you was never the problem. And I'm like, I know I was never the problem. But Spirit was like, you were never the problem. And I'm like, oh. So y'all gotta understand something. When that narcissistic person or that toxic evil person, whoever they were in your life, that decided that they was gonna use you as target practice, they drug your name through the mud and made you out to look like you were just this problem person and problem child who they were just so helpless against. I try to help this person, and they're just so ungrateful, and oh, they're just so rude to me. I've tried to apologize to them if I said or did anything that hurt their feelings, but they're just so rude to me now. You was never the problem. They knew exactly what they did. You walking away from that person was the right thing to do. And all the people who followed behind them, because I mean, honestly, all the people who followed behind them never liked you in the first place. They was never for you. They never cared about you. Now, that person, that leader, whoever it was, the toxic boss, the toxic landlord, the toxic friend, the toxic family member, whoever it was in your life, in your situation, that drug you through a smear campaign and was having you gang stalked or whatever was going on, having you cyber stalked, making you uncomfortable, making false reports on you, whatever your situation was, whatever your situation was, that person is being exposed for exactly who they are. And now people, that's why I said clout hungry. Now people are trying to say, oh, I was always on the collective side. Oh no, or they're trying to play like, well, I was a victim too. They manipulated me and told me these lies about this person, so I treated them, a certain way because, well, I believed what they told me, and had I known that that person was lying to me, I would have never done those things to that person. I hope that they forgive me. Bitch, you believed what you wanted to believe. I'm not saying that people weren't manipulated, because that's what the narcissistic person does. They're master manipulators. They manipulate people into believing this fantasy version of a story that's not even real, to make themselves look like the victim, to make themselves look like the hero, and make the person who's actually the victim look like the villain in the story. See, at the bottom of the day, in their head, making assumptions like, yeah, people was making assumptions about you based on other things that people said. And now these people are these people are deep in their heads, because now karma is being handed. And you got to understand, I think that people, when they think about people getting karma, a lot of times people be thinking like, oh, it's physical, they get sick, or they get in a car accident, or which I've seen karma play out like that for some people. But for some people, it's more mental. Like their actions, especially the ones that won't reconcile with themselves, because you may never get an apology from that person, but spirit may force some of these people to come to you and apologize to you for the things that they've done, because if they don't, they're going to be haunted, and some of them are having a hard time sleeping at night. Some of them are having a hard time in their relationships because they're having a lot of guilt right now. They're having a lot of guilt. Like they are they're having a hard time with that cognitive dissonance. Like they know that you were never the problem. They know that the things that happened to you and what you had to endure was not warranted. There was no reason why those things even had to happen to you. There was no reason for people to have treated you the way that they treated you. And they know that. But a lot of these people, they're so emotionally immature. They don't really want to have to admit that to themselves, because if they say it out loud, then they have to admit that they did something really bad. And that tarnishes their image to the people that they feel like are important in their lives, especially these older people. A lot of them, they find ways to like justify their actions because I'm stuck in my ways, and oh well, they were rude to me, and so they just make up shit that's just like, but your actions were still wrong. It's like you blaming my reaction based on your disrespect is crazy to me. And the crazy thing is that some of them think that because you stopped speaking to them that was disrespectful. Well, they didn't say anything. They didn't address anything with me. They just stopped speaking to me. That was me being polite. That's how I feel. If I notice that someone really doesn't care for me or like me, and I just decide to distance myself from them, I don't feel the need to have a conversation with you. I don't feel the need to hash anything. I'm saying, hey, I just wanted to check with you and see, like, is there anything that I did? It doesn't really matter. I'm not the one with the issue. Clearly, your energy and my energy just don't mix, and I'm just going to leave you alone. And those be the same ones that be coming up to you like, is everything all right? Those would be them people who tell on themselves because they've been talking shit about you. They've been talking shit about you. They're jealous of you. I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm going to tell y'all one thing, though. I was just thinking about this earlier. Like, one of the people at my last job that I had to cut off, which was pretty much everyone, by the end of it. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Wow. This one says running. Running away from these bitches. I'll get to this in just a second. I did have to run away from them people because them people was crazy. But one of the people that I had to cut off, it was a lady, she's an older lady. Like she had lied to me. I had caught her in a lie. So when I had my sip and see for my baby shower, I asked her if she was coming. And she was like, oh, I'm going to try to come, but my car is down and I can't. She was like, I'm not sure if I'll make it. And I was like, oh, that's okay. I understand that. So a year goes by, right? And I'm talking to her and she's telling me that she was having car problems. And I was like, wasn't she just having car issues like not too long ago? So I said, you've been having car issues frequently, haven't you? She was like, no, not really. And I was like, she doesn't remember the lie she told me. So I put that in my pocket. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm thinking something else. Yeah. And so then after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm done with you. And so then the next time her and I run into each other, she's just like, hey, girl. And I was just like, good morning. And I kept it pushing. And then she started coming towards me, talking about something. Is everything all right with you? Like, what's going on? And I was like, nothing's wrong. Like, I'm cool. She kept trying to get me to tell her what it is that I know. And it's like, I'm not telling you shit, ma'am. I'm not telling you shit. Because it's like you're the one that has the problem. You're the one with the problem. Yeah. Karmic friends. Can't fully trust them people. Like, I don't, like, you couldn't trust these people. You was never the issue. They had to make you the problem because they couldn't deal with their own insecurities. They couldn't deal with their own their own self-doubt. Like, and you know what's funny about this person, this same person I'm talking about? Like, I started noticing little stuff like, so y'all know I have locks, right? This lady went and got faux locks and started wearing them up in a bun with a headband, which is what I usually do. Like, if you see me nine, especially because at that time, especially, well, because that's when I had to stop getting my hair done, so I just started wearing headbands to, keep my flyaways and stuff away. And so, and I still do it like that because it's just better for me that way. Um, but especially like with work and stuff like that. So she started wearing her hair like that, and then I had these like plaid pants that I got from Shein, and she started wearing like plaid pants and stuff, and I was just like, is she copying me? Like, it was so funny to me. So it's just like, you got people who was like always jealous of you, and they joined in with the people who were already disliking you because like you're just a star, man. Like, but you were never the problem, and now people are watching you because it's like they know that something good is about to happen to you. And like I said, because when the downfall of the narcissist begins is really when your rise starts to happen. And I really do mean that. Like, that's why it always feels like when you're in the smear campaign, that's why it feels super super heavy. It feels so heavy because the narcissistic people or person is getting a lot of clout. Hold on. They're getting a lot of clout. Like, yeah, they're a forcer. Like, they push your boundaries. They're pushing all that like negative energy towards you, and it's hard to fight it. So you end up having just all this pressure on you, and staying grounded in that can be very difficult. But eventually, especially when you're able to escape those situations, the narcissist doesn't have anything to hold on to once you're gone. This is why sometimes you end up being gang stalked by people because they trying to catch you. They're trying to they created a narrative, and now they need the narrative to play out so that the things that they said about you can come true. I've seen stories of people saying like they've had people take out um insurance claims on them unbeknownst to them, people conjuring up fake wills, people getting married and not knowing that they were married, like false marriages, like the truth is often stranger than fiction, and this is the world that we live in these days. And it's like the information is coming out. Thank you, Spirit. Like, everything is coming to the surface. Like, the truth is coming to the light now. And some of these people are trying to jump ship, and they're trying to get on your good side. That's why people are watching you, because they're like, if you start to look better and you start to rise, they want to try to get good with you because they know that that person is about to go down, and they don't want to get caught in the crossfire of that. They do not want to be a part of that any like it was cool when it was happening to you. It was cool when they was benefiting from it, but now they not benefiting from this person and they lies and they weird shit, right? They not benefiting from that, and they ain't shit. They're not benefiting from it. So now they want to start looking at you. This is when you start getting them messages and people sliding in your DMs like, hey, I know it's been a long time since we talked, but I just wanted to check in and just say, like, you look really good and we should catch up sometime. Like, or you'll start getting friend requests from people that you haven't spoken to in years. And you're like, what is this person? People, and some of it is people just lurking, trying to get information on you. They trying to lurk and get because you still being talked about. You have been absent from these spaces from weeks, months, years, and you are still the hot topic of conversations. And people are asking other people, hey, has anyone heard from the collective? Hey, does anyone know what's going on with the collective? Hey, has anyone seen the collective? Has anyone talked to them? Does anyone know anyone who they're friends with or anything like that? And this is one of the perfect things kind of about the isolation is that you ended up cutting everybody up. Yeah, these people are drama starters. They trying to stir up old stuff, they love chaos. Like they plotted so much on you for your downfall, and now that you've moved on and you're not even worried about these folks no more. Like, you're not even You're not thinking about them. You're not concerned with these people. And that pisses them off because they thought that they were such hot shit. They thought they were so amazing that you would just be, that you would feel like there was no other place that you could go. There was no other people that you could be around, that you wouldn't be able to fit in anywhere. You wouldn't be able to go anywhere. Like, that's why, like, if you've been mobbed at a job, they were hoping that you would be so depressed and so scared that you would never be able to get or hold down another job. If you were run out of your family, they were hoping that you would be so broken and broke down that you would be running back to them, begging them for help, just so they could say, see, I told you she's struggling. She can't do nothing on her own. Your success is their downfall, period. Thank you, Spirit. Your success is their downfall. And you coming out of the pit and you being successful, you being successful hurts their ego. It hurts their ego because they talked so much about you. They talked down on your name. And this is why they be on your social media fishing for comments, trying to find something they can talk about. That's the other reason why I don't post on social media. Like, I told y'all, like, recently, like within the last month or so, like, I just got back on like my Facebook and Instagram. But honestly, the only reason why I be on there anyways is just, and I don't be on there a lot, but I be trying to keep up with what's going on politically, because that's where I get the majority of my information, honestly, because I don't trust CNN and Fox News and all of that. I like to hear people's opinions and then go look up my own stuff and see what's going on. Me and my child's father, we talk about the stuff that's being talked about as well, and we form our opinions and we keep it pushing. But that's really the only reason why I'm even on there. But I don't post on Instagram. I don't post on Facebook. I don't have X or Twitter, whatever it's called now. I don't have that anymore. I haven't had a Twitter in years. I don't have a Snapchat anymore. The only thing I post on is YouTube. So if you're not watching my YouTube channel, you're not getting anything from me. Period. The picture that I have up on my Facebook and my Instagram page is from 2022. It's from 2022. It was almost 4 years ago. It was more like 3.5 years. It's closer to 3.5 years than it is 4. But I digress. I took that picture when I was like 6-7 weeks pregnant. I was more like 8 weeks pregnant. Couldn't even tell. That was before my whole life changed. So I'm saying all this to say, like, y'all gotta understand that you were never the problem, and because you were never the problem, the truth is starting to come out. And these people are being seen for who they truly are. And that's why I'm saying, like, there are some people, they clout chasing, trying to say that they was always on your side, that they were always on your team, because they don't want to be associated with this person, because whatever is happening to that narcissistic person is going down. And it doesn't even have to be like a big blow up type of thing. It doesn't have to be them like going to jail or losing their job. It could just be them being exposed, just people seeing the stuff that they do, like it's being caught in real time. Like, people are calling it, like, it's more evident now. Like, they can't hide behind the lies that they've told. Those lies are catching up with them. But see, that's the beautiful thing about the truth. The truth is the truth, and it's going to stand regardless. You don't have to hide behind anything. But the downfall of lies is that when you tell a lie, you have to tell another lie, then 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 you have to tell another one, and then soon you just have a web of falsehoods, and then it's gonna all collapse one day because it has nothing to stand on. It has no solid foundation. The truth is always going to stand strong because it is what it is. And standing and living in your truth is ultimately the most powerful thing that you can do. It's the most powerful thing that you can do, because otherwise these people don't have any leverage. They have nothing else on you. Y'all have no idea what you're about to, like, I told y'all are gonna be really blessed, and this is the reason why you about to get blessed, because you endured a lot. Like, you suffered through a lot. Wow. And it's a spiritual hater. Like, they mad you're glowing up. Yeah. They're mad that you are, like I said, that you didn't stay in the pit. Wow. It says no facts. Talking nonsense. Messy storyteller. All vibes, no receipts. These people are that's why you have so many people talking negatively about you at one time, because they felt like if they pushed you down far enough, that everything that they said would come true. Like, you would unravel, that you would stop being as great as you are, that you would start to doubt yourself, that you would start to feel like you couldn't handle life, that you couldn't handle the things that you were destined to do, the things you were meant to do, so that you would stop, and then they could feel above you. Because there's a lot of people in this world who feel like that entitlement. Like, they feel like, oh well, I'm, because of their job title, or like, I'm on the HOA, like those people. It's like, okay, sir, ma'am, what's the, because you're on the HOA, because you're the director of this department, because you're the property manager, because I've known you for 20 years, because you've seen me at my lowest, because you're my mom, because you're my sister, because we're family, that somehow makes you above me in some way. Like, okay, if that's what you want to believe, you go believe that over there. Period. And the tables are turning, y'all. Like I said, y'all are getting blessed. Wow, I just split the deck at grudge holder. They're holding a grudge against you for the stuff that they did to you. That's crazy. They want you to feel guilty for leaving them behind, but it's like, why should you feel bad for that? They are the ones that pushed you to the edge. They're mad because you always used to forgive them, and now you're done forgiving them for their shit, and they can't stand the fact that you won't allow them to disrespect you anymore, and they can't handle that. Y'all are about to be so majorly blessed, because you deserve it. Whatever's coming into fruition for you, if you've been manifesting like a new job, you've been manifesting more income, you've been manifesting to have more subscribers on your social media platforms, or whatever it is you've been manifesting, have a new home, to have a baby, or whatever it is you're trying to manifest, like, you're gonna get everything that you ever asked for, because you did things the right way. You may have suffered through a lot too, like you had to suffer through a lot to get to this point, but your suffering was not in vain. I don't know who needs to hear that, but your suffering was not in vain. Like, you will get back everything that the enemy stole from you times 10. You will get it back. Wow. And right y'all see that? It says hustling, making it rain, focus on the bag, money is the mission. Like, yeah, that's all we was ever trying to do, was trying to take care of ourselves and take care of our families. And we had some haters who just didn't want us to have that. They just didn't want us to have that. But you're glowing up, and they can't do nothing about it to stop you. But I love y'all. It's your girl K Divine, and I'll see you later. Bye.